There are levels to the financial world that you genuinely have no comprehension of or ability to understand. I know for some people, money isn't everything, but whether you like it or not, the race to collect as much money as possible is the biggest game that all of us humans are always playing 24/7. Humans are always competing for resources such as status, money, and power. And while some people might be more competitive than others, it's still a game that we're all playing all the time. Just like any game, there's going to be professionals and there's going to be amateurs. For example, I'm sure a lot of us can relate to this situation where we're playing a video game with our bros, and you just have that one guy that just cannot comprehend how to play the game efficiently. He's just constantly dying over and over, constantly feeding the enemy team, and just has no idea what's going on. When it comes to video games, you can literally spectate bro and watch him play like an absolute bot on one screen, and then on another screen, you could literally be watching a professional play the game in $1 million tournament and see the differences in both of their abilities. The professional player is going to be playing a completely different game than your bro, and the same analogy relates to the financial world as well. The financial world is inherently competitive and it is inherently played as a game. When it comes to finances, we have professionals and we have amateurs and everybody in between. And just like in video games, when it comes to finances, you can do things such as study, train, and learn how to play the game better in order to enhance your financial well being. I'm sure that plenty of you can relate to me what I'm saying to this, that life itself is just one big game, and the financial world is its own game entirely. When you have no financial skills or knowledge, that's the equivalent of being a bronze ranked player. The biggest issue with being a bronze ranked player is that you're playing in a giant server with all of the players on the entire planet, including professionals, grandmasters, and people who just have way greater understanding of the financial world than you do. If you have no financial knowledge or understanding, you are completely outranked by people who have dedicated their entire lives to acquiring wealth and money. Just like how there are sweats and professionals in video games, there are sweats and professionals in the real world of gathering wealth and accumulating money. It's no surprise that there's a recent growing trend going around on the internet of finance bros going into investment banking and consulting. Simply put, those are people who are willing to put in the effort and the hard work to gain a better understanding of the financial world so that way they can accumulate more money in the long term. Now, the biggest reason that I went on this tangent is to say to you that if you are not constantly trying to improve your financial life, you are going to be outperformed by people who are. To some people, they're entirely okay with that. They enjoy their life and money really isn't a big issue for them. So to them, they don't really see a need to advance or improve their skills. But if you're somebody who's looking to increase their skills when it comes to finance, you need to understand that you need to constantly be learning and expanding your wheelhouse of knowledge when it comes to finances. Just like how if you want to rank up in a video game, if you put in the time, effort into building your skills, knowledge, and understanding of the game, you can become better at it and you can actually see some improvement by ranking up. I know it's not necessarily openly talked about in our society, but your ability to acquire wealth is the single greatest marker of how well you are doing in your life. The more money you have, the greater chance that you have of surviving any sort of hardship or struggle in life. Having money keeps your options open. It allows you to do things that people without money wouldn't be able to do. There's a reason why the saying exists that money makes the world go round, because it's entirely true. Our entire livelihoods and our entire society revolves around money. The only reason that we work and have jobs is so that way we have money to spend on the things that we need and want. I'm sure all of you listening understand that the more money you have, the better your life is going to be overall. This is why I have adopted the philosophy of understanding and learning about finance and making it my number one priority throughout my life at this moment. By making it a priority to improve my financial skills, I will be better at accumulating wealth and rise in the financial hierarchy that we are all living in today. Just like any skill, it takes hundreds of thousands of hours to become great at it, which is why I have decided to go all in and spend all of my time and effort into improving my financial skills. I also encourage all of you listening to do the same thing and adopt the same sort of philosophy when it comes to understanding your finances. Now, to some people, this might not seem like a big deal as they look around and they see everybody around them also in the same financial situation that they are. It's very easy to take a look around you and compare yourself to those who are immediately within your vicinity and understand that you may or may not be doing better than them, but not by a huge margin. It's easy to take a look at your neighbor and see them in the same neighborhood, in the same household as you, and understand that there really isn't any sort of competitiveness in that environment. But let me tell you, when it comes to making money, it is one of the most competitive games that humans play. Financial institutions such as Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, pretty much any of the big names, all have entirely dedicated teams dedicated their lives just to making money. We're seeing this everywhere now, whether it comes to existing businesses adding on new services or fees or increasing their prices, or when it comes to private equity firms bankrupting companies and then selling their parts individually for a profit. Things like Netflix cracking down on subscriptions, Disney raising their prices and adding on new features that were initially free, or something like Red Lobster being bought up by private equity and then having its parts sold off individually for a profit. We can't really stop this increasingly growing trend of financial companies optimizing for profit. I like to call this phenomenon dollar optimization. And it's basically where financial institutions and companies optimize everything that they possibly can in order to maximize profits. People literally work 80-hour weeks in financial institutions just to squeeze out as much money from their consumers that they possibly can. And when life gets really busy with work, school, relationships, kids, and other financial obligations that we have, it's very easy to feel outmatched when it comes to the people who are spending their entire lives optimizing for profit. This is why improving your knowledge and understanding of the financial world can actually make the fight a little bit more fair, even though they are outworking you and it's literally their job to make profit. It makes the fight a little more even and gives you a chance to actually make some ground and improve your financial situation instead of feeling completely helpless. Fighting a level 100 character is a lot easier to do when you're a level 50 compared to when you're a level 1. The same exact thing goes for finances. Trying to compete with somebody who is constantly working every waking hour to optimize for profit can seem very difficult when you have no knowledge or understanding of how the financial world works. But by gaining skills, knowledge, and understanding of the financial world, you can make this fight feel a little more fair and feel like that you actually have a chance in competing in the financial game that we all play. I strongly encourage all of my viewers, especially if you are young, to go all in learning as much as you possibly can about finances. In my opinion, doing this will only serve you for the better in your life, as there really isn't any downside to learning more and understanding more about finances. The same thing could be said about any skill and hobby. There really isn't any downside to learning more and improving your skills. So I strongly encourage you to go all in and really understand and gain more knowledge about finances. Personally, that's what I'm doing right now. Even though I don't work in the financial world at all, I'm actually pursuing a master's degree in finance just so that way I can improve my knowledge and understanding of the financial world. For me personally, I'm adopting the philosophy of going all in and just trying my absolute best to learn as much as I possibly can so that way I can improve my skills. And getting a master's degree is one of the easiest ways that I can think of in order to improve and learn more about the financial world. Now, obviously, you don't have to go as crazy as I am when it comes to gaining knowledge about finances, as there are plenty of free options on the internet. So just know that you don't have to go as crazy as I am in my financial journey. The internet has plenty of things such as free textbooks, audiobooks, YouTube videos, studies published by business schools across the country. So there really is no excuse to get started right now because most of the resources online are free and are actually very good sources of information in gaining understanding about the financial world. It's also one of the main reasons why I'm making this YouTube channel is that I want to take all of the knowledge and skills that I learned in my master's degree and I wanted to present it in a way that people could understand and a way that would actually be free and easily accessible. My goal with these videos is to share as much useful information as I possibly can for free, so that way people can also follow along with me in improving their financial skills. I will be covering a wide range of topics with different levels of understanding. I'm going to be covering everything from the absolute financial basics to things such as financial statement analysis, calculating bond yields, and measuring weighted average cost of capital. There's going to be something here for everybody, so stay tuned. Make sure that you look out for any of my future videos so that way you can also improve your knowledge of the financial world. I really hope you enjoyed my take on the current state of the financial competition that all of us are currently playing. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that way you never miss another one of my future uploads. Please like this video if you found it helpful and comment down below what you think about my take on the financial world right now. Do you see the world of finance as a skill that you can improve in, or do you see something that you're inherently stuck with or a problem to solve? I'd really like to know what you think, so please leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to engage with them as soon as I can. Stay tuned to the channel and enable notifications so that you never miss one of my future uploads when I go into more in-depth, detailed topics like I explained earlier. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.